We create more and more cords with various people, things, and situations in our lives. This can become really messy and emotionally draining for us, especially if the cord is extremely draining and it can drastically impact all aspects of our life. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tasneem H. Ibrahim, a hypnotherapist with a doctorate in hypnosis therapy and healing science, specializing in past life regression. And you're with me on my video on cords and why is it so important and necessary to cut energy cords and that too in the right way. So let us understand what is the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is so that you can understand what exactly are these chords or etheric chords as they are known and what do they look like. What are the different types of these etheric chords? How are these chords formed and who exactly do we create negative chords with? Why is it so important to diagnose which chords come from where? How do we understand their effect on us? What are the signs of unhealthy chords? Why do we really need to cut or at least clear these cords? With whom and what do we need to cut these cords with? What are the benefits of cord cutting? What can we expect once these cords are cut or cleared? We will also understand through this video why it is so important to be aware of our own thoughts and emotions and how to understand other people well. In short, this video is all about going towards a better physical, mental, and emotional well being. So, let us start with the basic premise, and that is everything in this universe is formed by energy. Whether living or non living, it is all still formed by energy. All human beings, animals, things, even our thoughts and emotions are all energy. This energy is known in different cultures as chi, ki, prana, life force energy, soul energy, spiritual energy, and also known by many, many other names. Now, we all are aware that the earth has an electromagnetic force around it, known as gravitational force or gravity. In the same way, the human body also has a subtle life force or an electromagnetic field around it, which is known as aura. Our aura is all around us. It is as if we are standing in our own magnetic field. This subtle life force energy brings to life our physical body and extends outwards from it. Without this life force, it is just a body with no life in it. Since everything is made up of energy, everyone and everything has its own aura. However, aura differs. The type of aura and the extent of aura differs from person to person and thing to thing. Some people and things have narrow auras around them, and some have extended auras. Some have healing auras, and some have negative auras, and so on. Some people and things have such powerful extended healing auras that they can even go to the extent of being miles and miles around them. So let us see what are those people and things that have extremely extended auras. Places of worship, planets, and even some sages and saints are known to have extremely extended auras. In fact, the example shown here, Lord Buddha, was known to have such a powerful healing aura that it extended miles and miles around him. Whenever he visited a village, his aura preceded him, and because of his extended healing aura, even before he stepped into any village, complete villages healed. In fact, ferocious animals also became extremely friendly. Now it is important to understand that our thoughts, emotions, etc. are all also energy. So when our energies interact with the energies of other people, things, a psychic connect is created with them. This energetic connection formed between two people or things or a person and thing is called an energy cord. You can also have either only one cord attached to a person, thing, memory, and so on, or even multiple cords attached to the same person, thing, or memory. We are all spiritual beings living in an energy world, sharing energy with other human beings, animals, nature, and things. Energetic cords are like connections to other people. Energetic cords are like connections to people in your life. Let us now consider something very simple as a phone call. What do we do after we finish talking to someone on the phone? Would you not disconnect the call after talking? Yes, we do. We disconnect the call, don't we? Irrespective of whether we are talking to someone we dearly love or hate, or we are just talking about normal social chit chat or even work, we still disconnect the call, don't we? So, if we do this for a simple phone call, why don't we do this for energy cords which affect every single aspect of our life for our whole lifetime? Cord cutting is disconnecting to keep our space clear and active. The state of our relationship affects our emotions and overall wellness because our brain does not know the difference between physical and mental stressors. Our interpersonal connections can be source of stress, keeping us trapped in limited patterns. But what if it was possible to detach, free up our consciousness, and move towards our growth and goals instead? Well, cord cutting does just this. Cutting cords is very important to heal toxic, unbalanced relationships. Cutting cords is also very effective if you are trying to get over someone, whether in a broken romantic relationship or any other relationship. However, cutting cords does not necessarily mean breaking good relationships. You can even clear the cords instead. It means healing their relationships and removing the toxic part from it. Some cords with some people can be very draining for one of the persons as the energy flow may be in one direction only from one person to another going through these cords. These cords are formed unconsciously or subconsciously, so you must take control of them before they control you and destroy your life. Let us see types of cords there are. So there are two types of cords, namely the positive cords and negative cords. There are many different types of cords in positive cords and negative cords too. Positive cords allow the flow of unconditional love and mutual respect between two people. These cords help us to maintain a positive attitude and give us positive energy. Negative cords, on the other hand, are toxic cords which either drain positive energies or bring in negative energies like fear, rage, trauma, etc. They impact us at different levels and also they sometimes persist over lifetimes. Such cords need to be cut immediately. Let us now come back to the topic of this video, and that is why is it so necessary to cut energy cords or at least clear them. As mentioned earlier, we create more and more cords with various people, things, memories, situations in our life. And this can become really messy and emotionally draining for us and drastically impact our life. Cord cutting helps to unhook you from this draining, unhealthy emotional traps, helping you to free your mental, emotional energy. Cord cutting does not remove healthy emotional bonds with loved ones. Instead, it clears the blocks in them which affect you consciously and subconsciously. People like me can help fasten the healing process by removing or clearing the negative cords and allowing the relationships to grow or fade away as you so choose. Unhealthy cords, however, are very tough to clear, and the person may find it difficult to get over someone who has caused them trauma because of the presence of such a cord. Hence, it is very important to take the help of a therapist like me to help you clear these cords. A negative cord makes you feel emotionally connected to the person even after they have left your life, and you are not able to attract new, healthier relationships because of the presence of such energy cords. Sometimes negative energy cords can also cause lack of confidence and negative emotions like pain, anger, etc. So it is very important to cut or at least clear these cords. It feels absolutely wonderful to be clear and clean of such energy cords. It improves your ability to think, love, and move on from toxic situations and connections so that you can get better situations, healthier situations, and connections in your life. Let us now see some signs of unhealthy cords and cording. That is, how do we know or how can you find out that you have negative or unhealthy cords attached to you? This would happen if you have these situations in your life. It happens when you feel stuck in life. You are unable to move on or make decisions. When you are still emotionally connected to the person who has left your life, where you are unable to attract new healthy relationships in your life. Your mind is looking for the right person, but your heart is still hooked to the unhealthy cord. You keep thinking about that person. You are unable to stop thinking about the person or obsessing about the person. You frequently remember what they said. You feel their judgment or criticism and you miss them. You have continuous thoughts about the person or situation where you have memories and emotions which rise in you. That is, we used to do so and so together, or this used to happen, or that used to happen. The temptation to go back to the relationship which does not serve you is very strong in you. When you say that you have moved on, but you still keep speaking about it, you say, oh, I have moved on from this. Oh, this happened, but I have moved on from it. There is a strong urge to keep checking their social profiles. When you find yourself crying and missing the person or that time, when there are daily arguments, they could be even taking place only in your mind without you actually saying anything to them. You may have feelings of wanting revenge or getting back to them, or at least the feeling that the universe must punish them because there is a constant feeling of unfair treatment. When you feel defensive around certain people, it means there is an energy cord which is draining your energy and emotions, and your emotional body is fighting back and being defensive. When you feel a lack of confidence in your abilities and talents, or you don't get that promotion at work, or that due credit at work, when you are unable to sleep, tossing and turning, endlessly processing the past, when you have deep feelings of sadness, anger, and depression, when you feel exhausted, tired, and drained of energy, or even weak, and sometimes without any reason at all, when you have lowered immune functions and are getting sick often, when you have stomach problems, when you have OCD or are tempted to try unhealthy habits or even addictive things, when you try to seek comfort in excess, like smoking, binge eating, and so on, when you are tempted to try drinking, using drugs, or you overuse seemingly healthy habits like over exercising, when there are feelings of tiredness and exhaustion, when you feel withdrawn, feel like avoiding people and things, when you find repeated patterns in friendship, family relationships, romantic relationships, and other relationships where you feel people are breaking your heart, leaving you, or keeping you out, where you feel left out, you feel negativity with people around you. You cling on to relationships for the fear of being lonely or left alone. You attract negative type of people or events in your life on a regular basis. You sometimes feel drained emotionally, mentally, or even physically after interacting with a person. This is a sure example of negative energy core. You feel pent up anger, pain, hurt, stress from the past and feel unable to let go. You are not able to speak up or defend yourself. Maybe it is because you are protecting someone in your life. But whatever the case may be, you have created an energy cord which is draining you. The best decision you can take is to cut these cords so that you can help your life drastically. Because every day is a new day and we need to look into the future. Your mind doesn't know the past from the future. It only knows what you hold in your mind. It is time to let go. Let go of the past. It is time to cut the cords. Cords of attachment form when there is an unfulfilled desire between you and someone or something else. When the relationship between you and the other person is not equal or reciprocal, it becomes an intrusive presence, creating energy blocks in your energy field. Such relationships carry fear, anxiety, or even suppression. Let us now understand what would you experience after cutting or clearing cords. When you cut or clear the cords, your mind no longer dwells upon the person as that psychic attachment has been dissolved. Your mind feels calm, like cleaning out a cupboard. All the old emotions associated with that person, thing, situation, event disappears completely. You have clear space in your mind for better things. You get peace of mind with the release of unwanted baggage and become emotionally free so that better things can come into your life since there is now place for better things to come in. When you cut a negative cord, you are cleansing the negative emotional, mental problem between you and the other person, thing, or situation. Your situation, your relationships improve as a result. Your relationships take on new forms. It removes the feelings of jealousy, insecurity, lack of self esteem, and so on. Once you cut and clear cords, you are completely released. Physical symptoms can also pop up, feelings of lightness because it is such a wonderful release. Some people even feel a rush of energy as their own energy is no longer unconsciously draining. Let us understand this better with an example. So, let's say, for example, you feel absolutely drained physically, mentally, emotionally, and even financially. So you sit and you analyze everything about your life. What is it that is going wrong? What do I need to change? And so on. And you find out that there are certain people, things, or even situations that you don't want in your life. And you try to find out how to change the situation. You look everywhere and you come to know about cord cutting. You decide to try it out. And as you do cord cutting, now that the energy is clear and there is space for new things to come in, you now start attracting better relationships, situations, and events in your life. And this is how your life can improve with cord cutting. Since we talk so much about energy cords, let us understand what these energy cords actually look like. Energy cords are seen psychically in the mind's eye subconsciously. Where the cord attaches to you varies depending upon the situation and the person. For example, a draining cord or a hook from someone who wants to block your self expression, your speech might attach to your throat. A highly controlling person may send these cords to the major joints of your body so that you are unable to move and you are stuck there. Sometimes these controlling cords are also sent to the stomach. So, whom should we cut these cords with? You can cut the cords with any person who is bothersome to you, anyone who sends you negative energy, who intrudes on your thoughts and emotions even when you are absolutely alone. If you are done with the person, situation, event, but find that that person or event is always in your thoughts and mind, or you think about them or it, you can cut the connection by cutting the etheric cords that attach you to it. If someone was harmful or hurtful to you in some way, you can be free of them and move on as a new space is formed and you can fill that space with pleasant thoughts and feelings. If you would like them in your life, you can choose to clear the cords instead and then fill the space with good, new, pleasant thoughts and feelings. You can also cut the cords with people who have bullied you, dominated you, suppressed you, with trauma, bad memories, events, or situations, and heal by cutting these cords. This will help you to release the pain and clear your energy of that trauma. You can continue to keep cutting the cords till you feel that you have completely moved on. If cord cutting fails, it indicates that there may be a lesson in that relationship or that situation that you have to master, and this is helping you to allow you to learn the lesson for good. In such a case, it is best that you approach a therapist like me. I can help you finish the learning process and then help you cut the cord so that you are over with that situation. Let us now come to the benefits of cord cutting. Cutting a cord can immensely improve relationships, parent child relationships, romantic relationships, past relationships, friends, siblings. It helps to remove the unhealthy habits like codependency and clear some of the relationship blocks, improving the relationship of that person who is doing the cord cutting. You feel lighter and you feel a huge relief from burdensome emotions. It helps you to let go of all the negative emotions of years that you have been carrying. It heals you tremendously. You find a huge relief from the emotions that you have been carrying because of various people, things, situations, events in your life. You release a lot of pent up negative energy, negative emotions, thoughts that you have been carrying around and suppressing for years and years together. Sometimes it also releases emotions which have been held over years and lifetimes. Fears and blocks are also cleared with cord cutting. If this sounds too good, it is actually too good. But you may be wondering, if this is so good, why don't we do this regularly and all the time? It is because most people don't know about it and don't know how to do it. Our world believes in only what we see, and such psychic cords go unnoticed, and we carry the toxic energy with us for years. It is good to do this for yourself regularly. So then how do we cut and clear these cords? Well, there are many ways of cutting and clearing cords. You need to know those ways so that you understand the cord and cut or clear the cord in the correct way so that it is cleared completely. Some cords are very strong or very negative and they need special cutting. We have special cord cutting and clearing workshops on July 31st and August 1st at 7 p.m. You can contact me on WhatsApp for the details of this. This is why it is very important to cut cords to have a better present and the best future for yourself. I hope this video has proved beneficial. We currently have a workshop on 31st July and 1st August. You can contact us on WhatsApp on the number which is flashing on your screen. Have a wonderful life and thank you for being with us and watching this video.